semesters in the summer of 1980, I went out to Colorado to work on a project for a company my father was managing. I took some time off one weekend and went into the city of Fort Collins. I walked around the campus of Colorado State University, then made my way to a theater. A new movie had just been released, the second installment of the original Star Wars trilogy, The Empire Strikes Back. As I am sure you know, the entire Star Wars saga is about the cosmic battle between good and evil, with the first 3 films focused on a young farm boy named Luke, who becomes swept up in a galactic rebellion against an evil empire. Seeing that movie long, long ago in a city far, far away, at the tender age of 18, was a defining moment for my life. I walked out of the theater profoundly moved. I remember sitting in my car in the parking lot, overwhelmed with a single thought. That's what I want for my life. To be caught up in the sweep of history, to be in the center of things, to be making a difference, to be at the heart of the struggle between right and wrong, good and evil. My heart was almost breaking at the thought of a life of insignificance. I recall thinking, but where can that happen in the real world? How can I be a part of something that is bigger than I am? Where in life can something so grand be found? Then it came to me, as startlingly sudden as a rip of lightning, and as poundingly affirmed as any thunder that could follow. That's what God's invitation to the Christ life is all about. There is a galactic struggle going on, and I could be a warrior. I could give my life to something that was bigger than I was, that would live on long after I was gone. What I did mattered and could impact all of history, even into eternity. The reality of the spiritual realm, the struggle for men's and women's souls, the cosmic consequences that were at stake, it became so clear to me. I could give my life to that. And there was nothing that would ever compete with its scale or significance. Nothing. I'm not going to assume you felt the same way following Star Wars, Braveheart, Lord of the Rings, or any of the scores of other films that have moved me to want to spend my life in great and noble pursuits. But this is more than a man's emotional equivalent to chick flicks, because you want your life to matter too. The moment may not have come seeing William Wallace in full face paint at the Battle of Hastings, or Aragorn wielding the sword of Elendil that had been forged anew. But you have been moved, and it was to give your life away to something bigger than you are, to make a difference, to change the world. It may have been seeing Les Miserables on stage, reading The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom, standing on the beach at sunset watching the sun paint its way out of the sky, or sitting on the crest of a mountain at dawn, when the blazing newness of the day felt like it was enveloping your very soul. It may have been the stirring of your spirit when you first read a speech by Winston Churchill, or heard an altar call during a Billy Graham crusade, or saw a film showing Mother Teresa ministering in the slums of Calcutta. Sadly, for most, it ends there. The feeling comes and then fades. If it was a film, the closing credits are quickly followed by the trip to the car in the parking lot. If a book, the final chapter lingers only until the phone rings. Even the physical pilgrimage to the historical monument can be quickly eclipsed by an invading horde of schoolchildren. But we let it happen. We allow the movement of God on the surface of our spirits to become lost amid the stones the world tosses thoughtlessly into our lives. As a result, we lose the vision God could give us of our world and our place in it. Too quickly, and often without struggle, we trade making history with making money, substitute building a life with building a career, and sacrifice living for God with living for the weekend. We forego significance for the sake of success and pursue the superficiality of title and degree, house and car, rank and portfolio, over a life lived large. We become saved but not seized, delivered but not driven. But it doesn't have to be this way. During the serious times of Adams and Jefferson, it was unclear whether men and women would rise to the moment. In light of this,